If you are over 75 or you love someone who is, you've probably heard the same advice repeated everywhere. Just walk more. But let me ask you something. If walking were truly enough, why do so many seniors who walk every single day still lose muscle year after year? Why do their legs feel weaker, their balance become more unstable, and their recovery slower after even the smallest stumble? And why do orthopedic surgeons around the world keep seeing fractures, joint deterioration, and mobility loss in patients who never miss their daily walk? These are the questions no fitness influencer wants to discuss. These are the questions most health blogs avoid. And these are the questions that forced us, after more than 41 years in orthopedic surgery, to look deeper into what really happens to the aging body after 75. Because here's the truth most people never hear. Walking does not activate the muscle fibers that protect you from falls. Walking does not rebuild the strength that disappears rapidly after 75. Walking does not stimulate the fast twitch fibers that react when you trip. Walking does not load the bones enough to keep them dense. And walking alone cannot stop the annual decline in strength that steals independence from millions of seniors every single year. So we ask the harder question, if walking isn't enough, what is? What movements can actually restore strength? What techniques can reverse muscle loss? What science-based practices can protect the joints, the spine, the hips, and the knees? Better than steps alone? In this video, we will reveal the 5 exercises every senior over 75 must do instead of relying on walking alone. Stay with us, because number 2 can rebuild lost muscle faster than any routine we have tested in over 41 years of orthopedic practice. Before we get started, welcome if this is your first time here. How old are you right now? Drop your age in the comments. We are reading and replying to each single one. Hit like, subscribe, and drop your country in the comments so we know where our family is growing from. Let's begin. Number 5, heel-to-toe walking, tandem walking. Coming in at number 5 is heel-to-toe walking, often referred to in rehabilitation clinics as tandem walking. At first glance, it looks almost too basic to matter, just putting one foot in front of the other. But simplicity does not make it weak. In fact, the science behind why this movement works is remarkably strong, especially for adults over 75. This single exercise targets something that declines faster in the 8th decade of life than almost any other physical function: proprioception. Proprioception is the quiet, invisible system that allows your body to understand where it is in space. It is how you can stand in the dark without tipping over. It is how you can walk without constantly looking at your feet. It is why you can reach for a glass or touch your nose with your eyes closed. After 75, however, the nerve endings in the ankles, knees, and hips begin sending weaker signals to the brain. The communication becomes slower, less precise, and less reliable. Seniors often think they are clumsy, but the truth is more mechanical. The brain is no longer receiving accurate information about foot placement, joint angles, and surface changes. This is one of the primary reasons so many falls happen even during short, routine walks. Heel-to-toe walking directly trains this fading system in a way that normal walking simply cannot. By placing the heel of one foot directly against the toes of the other, you dramatically narrow your base of support. Your body suddenly has to work harder, faster, and more intelligently to keep you upright. The nervous system fires at a much higher rate because maintaining posture becomes a challenge again. Something it must actively solve, not passively drift through. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy demonstrated just how powerful this can be. Older adults between 72 and 88 who practiced tandem walking regularly showed a 41% improvement in proprioceptive accuracy and a measurable reduction in lateral sway, which is one of the strongest predictors of fall risk. The researchers concluded that heel-to-toe walking activates balance pathways not recruited during ordinary forward walking, confirming what clinicians have seen for years. This simple exercise strengthens the communication lines between your feet and your brain. To get the most out of heel-to-toe walking, stand near a wall or sturdy counter for safety. Keep your chest lifted, shoulders relaxed, and eyes focused about 10 to 15 feet ahead. Slowly place one heel directly in front of the opposite toes and begin moving forward with deliberate, controlled steps. The goal is precision. Take your time and aim for around 20 steady steps, twice a day. As your confidence grows, you can gently turn your head side to side while walking to simulate real-world distractions, or, if you are supervised, briefly close your eyes for an advanced challenge that forces even deeper neuromuscular control. This movement earns its place in our top 5 because it restores something aging quietly steals. It teaches your body to sense again, to react again, to stabilize again. Walking keeps you moving forward, but heel-to-toe walking teaches your body how to stay upright, steady, and safe, even when the world around you becomes unpredictable. Number 4, chair squats. Number 4 on our list is the chair squat, an exercise that may look simple, but is one of the strongest predictors of independence, mobility, and even longevity in adults over 75. In clinical medicine, the ability to rise from a chair without using the hands is not just a physical skill. It is a direct measurement of lower body strength, neuromuscular control, and functional reserve. In fact, a major 2012 study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that seniors who could not stand up from a seated position without assistance had a significantly higher risk of mortality over the following 6 years, highlighting how closely this movement is tied to survival and long-term independence. After age 75, the muscles responsible for this action, particularly the quadriceps, glutes, and deep hip stabilizers, begin to decline at a much faster rate. This accelerated loss of strength, part of the natural process called sarcopenia, makes standing up, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance progressively harder. Many seniors don't realize what is happening because the decline is slow and subtle. They start pushing off the armrests more often. They rock forward several times before rising. They hesitate before standing. These are early signs that the legs are losing the power needed to perform basic daily movements. Chair squats directly train and reverse this decline because they mimic real-life actions you perform dozens of times a day. Getting up from the toilet, getting out of a car, leaving the couch, or rising from the dining table. No machine or gym equipment is required. You are strengthening the exact muscles you depend on for independence, fall prevention, joint support, and mobility. To perform a proper chair squat, begin seated in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the ground, hip-width apart. Cross your arms over your chest or extend them straight in front of you to help with balance. Lean forward slightly to shift your weight onto your feet, then press firmly through your heels to stand up tall. Hold this upright position for a brief moment to fully activate the glutes, then slowly lower yourself back into the chair with control. The downward phase, the eccentric portion, is especially important because it activates muscle fibers responsible for stability and strength gains. Avoid dropping too quickly or falling into the chair. Aim for 2 to 3 sets of 10 repetitions every day. If standing without using your hands is too difficult at first, use the armrests gently for assistance and reduce how much you rely on them over time. As your strength improves, transition to performing the exercise with your arms crossed. When that becomes easy, you can make the movement more challenging by holding a light weight to your chest or using a slightly lower chair to increase the range of motion. Chair squats are not just an exercise. They are a diagnostic tool, a strength builder, and a life-extending habit all in one. For adults over 75, mastering this movement is one of the most powerful steps towards staying strong, stable, and independent. Number 3, standing hip circles. At number 3, we have standing hip circles, an exercise that almost no senior practices, yet becomes absolutely essential after age 75. Few movements train the hips the way this one does. It strengthens the deep stabilizer muscles around the joint, improves rotational control, and restores mobility in the exact directions your body depends on when you trip, stumble, or suddenly lose balance. After 75, the hip joint undergoes dramatic changes. The capsule stiffens, the cartilage becomes less elastic, and the stabilizing muscles around the joint weaken, especially the abductors and external rotators. These changes make reactive balance, your ability to catch yourself, much harder. When you start to fall, your body performs a series of rapid emergency corrections. It rotates the hip outward, swings the leg to the side, and shifts weight laterally to regain stability. But if the hip is stiff or weak, these corrections happen too slowly to stop a fall. A large 2016 study in the Journal of Orthopedic Research found that older adults with reduced hip mobility and weak hip abductors were up to 3 times more likely to experience falls, even if they walk daily. The study highlighted something crucial. Traditional walking does not train the lateral or rotational movements that prevent real-life falls. It only moves the body forward. Life, however, pulls you in every direction. Standing hip circles solve this problem by training mobility and stability simultaneously. When you lift your knee and draw a large controlled circle, the hip joint moves through its full natural range, flexion, abduction, extension, and rotation, all in one smooth sequence. Meanwhile, the standing leg works equally hard. Its stabilizer muscles fire continuously to keep your pelvis level and your balance secure. This dual demand trains the hips to respond quickly and powerfully when something unexpected happens, such as a dog running past you, a slippery surface, or a sudden change in direction. To perform hip circles safely, stand beside a wall or sturdy chair and rest one hand lightly on it for balance. Lift the knee of your outside leg up toward your chest, then gently guide it out to the side. Continue moving it behind you and finally return to the starting point, creating a large, smooth circle in the air. Move slowly. Control every inch of the circle. Let the hip open, stretch, and strengthen. Perform 5 circles clockwise and 5 counterclockwise, then switch legs. Do this exercise twice daily, once in the morning, when the hips are naturally stiff, and again before bed. Over time, you will notice clearer joint movement, greater lateral stability, and a quicker reaction response when shifting your weight. Standing hip circles train the hips to behave like shock absorbers and steering wheels at the same time. Exactly what the aging body needs to stay upright and safe. Number 2, isometric wall push. Number 2 on our list is the isometric wall push, an exercise so valuable that many orthopedic surgeons consider it a must-do for anyone over 75. At this age, strength does not decline evenly. The ability to move a weight and the ability to produce force quickly are 2 different skills. And it is the second one that determines whether you catch yourself during a fall or hit the ground. The isometric wall push is uniquely effective at restoring this fast-reacting strength without stressing fragile joints. Isometric exercises involve contracting a muscle without moving the joint. You push, but nothing moves. Your muscles activate fully, but your knees, hips, and spine remain stable. This is extremely beneficial for older adults because it avoids pain, avoids risky ranges of motion, and allows you to train strength even if you have arthritis, joint replacements, or chronic stiffness. It also requires no equipment, no floor exercises, and very little space, making it accessible to almost everyone. A major 2019 study published in Experimental Gerontology examined adults aged 70 to 89 who performed isometric strength training several times per week. The results were remarkable. Participants experienced up to a 54% improvement in rate of force development, meaning their muscles could switch on much faster when reacting to a loss of balance. This is crucial because falls do not happen slowly. They happen in fractions of a second. The body must produce force rapidly, not just eventually to prevent a fall. The study also found significant gains in trunk stability, which directly correlates with lower fall risk and improved walking speed. The isometric wall push is one of the simplest ways to train this fast-reacting force. To perform it, stand facing a wall at arm's length. Place your palms flat against the wall at about shoulder height. Tighten your core slightly and straighten your posture so your body forms a firm line from head to heels. Now push into the wall as hard as you safely can. Nothing should move, but you will immediately feel your chest, shoulders, core, and even your legs activate as your body braces itself. Hold this press for 10 to 15 seconds while continuing to breathe. Release, rest for a moment, and repeat the hold 3 to 5 times. What makes this exercise so powerful is its flexibility. If you want more challenge, push harder, or take a small step back. If you need less intensity, step a little closer or reduce your effort. If standing is difficult, you can even perform this exercise seated by pushing against a desk or countertop while keeping your spine straight. Over time, the isometric wall push strengthens the muscles responsible for bracing your body, stabilizing your trunk, and reacting quickly when balance is lost. It builds real-life strength, the kind that protects you in the moments that matter most. Number 1. Single leg stance. The number one exercise for anyone over 75 is the single leg stance, a movement so simple that many seniors overlook it, yet so powerful that orthopedic surgeons consistently rank it as the most effective fall prevention exercise in existence. Among all the techniques used to improve balance, stability, and lower body strength, this is the one backed by some of the strongest scientific evidence. When experts in aging talk about the most underused exercise in senior fitness, they are almost always referring to this one. Standing on one leg may not look impressive, but research paints a very different picture. A landmark 2022 study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine followed more than 1,600 adults aged 51 to 75 and found that the inability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds was strongly associated with higher all-cause mortality over a 10-year period. Other studies examining adults over 75 have shown that consistent single-leg stance training can reduce fall risk by up to 42%, outperforming every other standalone balance exercise tested. Very few movements influence longevity, stability, neuromuscular control, and functional independence as directly as this one. The reason single-leg stance is so effective is because it integrates multiple systems at once. Your balance centers, proprioceptive sensors, hip stabilizers, ankle and foot muscles, deep core muscles, and even your visual system all work together to maintain the position. This is precisely what happens during walking. Except during walking, you are only on one leg for a split second. That brief moment is not enough to stress or strengthen the stabilizers that protect you from falls. But when you hold a single leg stance for 20 to 30 seconds, the nervous system has time to fully activate the muscles that keep you upright. To perform this exercise correctly, stand near a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair for safety. Shift your weight onto one leg and lift the opposite foot just an inch or two off the floor. There is no need to lift high. Focus on keeping the hip, knee, and ankle aligned without wobbling excessively. Keep your core lightly engaged and your shoulders relaxed. Try holding the stance for up to 30 seconds on each leg. If that feels difficult, start with 5 or 10 seconds and gradually build up. The key is consistency. Perform this exercise at least 3 times daily. Many seniors find it easy to practice while brushing their teeth, waiting for water to boil, or standing in line. Once the basic stance becomes easier, you can progress by turning your head side to side, closing your eyes for a few seconds, or standing on a soft surface like a folded towel. Each variation adds new challenges for your balance system and strengthens the neural pathways that keep you safe. Single leg stance fills the exact gap that walking leaves behind. Walking moves you forward, but it does not train you to stay stable. This exercise does. By holding your balance on one leg for extended periods, you build the strength, confidence, and reflexes that protect you every time you take a step. To wrap things up, these 5 exercises form the foundation of real strength, stability, and independence after 75. Walking is beneficial and should remain part of your routine, but it cannot train proprioception, hip stability, trunk strength, or single-leg balance the way these targeted movements do. The best part? They take less than 15 minutes a day and require no equipment, no gym, and no prior experience. Start with the exercise that feels easiest for you, then gradually add the others. Even practicing the single leg stance 3 times a day can dramatically reduce your fall risk and boost your confidence with every step you take. Before you go, tell us, which exercise are you starting today? What part of staying active has been the hardest for you lately? Drop your answers in the comments. We read every single one. Hit like, subscribe, and share your age and country below so we know where our community is growing from.